Good morning. Today we're going to read a little book called The Bremen Town Musicians. I'm Valerie Dembny and I'm originally from Germany, and this book is a fable from the Brothers Grimms about my hometown, Bremen in Germany. So let's see what this book is about. The Bremen Town Musicians. A man once had a donkey who had carried sacks to the mill unflaggingly for many years. But now he was losing his strength and could hardly manage the work anymore. His owner intended to let him starve, but the donkey, noticing that things looked bleak, ran away, taking the road to Bremen. There, he thought, he would become a musician. After a while, he came across a dog lying in the road, panting exhaustedly. "Why are you panting like that?" the donkey asked. "Oh," moaned the dog, "I'm getting older and weaker day by day, and now that I can no longer go hunting, my owner's going to beat me to death. So I've run away. What am I going to do?" "You know what?" said the donkey. "I'm on my way to Bremen to become a musician. Come and join me. I'll play the lute and you can beat the drums." The dog agreed, so they walked together. It was not long before they saw a cat in the road, looking utterly miserable. The donkey said, "What's the trouble?" "I have nothing to laugh about. My life is at stake," said the cat. "Now that I'm getting on in years and my teeth are not as sharp as they used to be, and I prefer sitting near the stove to chasing after mice, my mistress wants to have me drowned. So I've run away, but now I really do not know what will become of me. Come with us to Bremen. Surely you'll have a good voice. You too can become a musician," was the prompt reply. The cat, relieved and grateful, set off with them. Soon the three runaways came past a farm, where a cock was sitting on the gate, crowing away at the top of his voice. "What a dreadful noise," said the donkey. "What is this all about?" The cock answered, "I have forecast good weather, because it is the day of the Virgin Mary, when she washes the garments of the baby Jesus and wants to hang them out to dry. But tomorrow is Sunday. Guests are expected, and the lady of the house knows no mercy. She has told the cook to put me in the soup, and this evening I'm getting my head chopped off. So now I'm crowing as loudly as possible while I still can." The donkey said, "Come away with us instead. We're going to Bremen. That is much better than putting your head under the block. You have a good strong voice, and if we all make music together, it is bound to be a success." How pleased the cock was with this idea. All four traveled together. Being unable to reach Bremen that same day, they decided to stop for the night in a forest. The donkey and the dog lay down under a big tree. The cat and the cock climbed up into the branches, the cock fluttering right up to the top where he felt safest. Before he went to sleep, he had a good look in all directions, and suddenly, in the distance, he seemed to see a tiny light flickering. He called to his companions that he had found a house with a lamp burning. The donkey replied, "Let's move on and try to find it." "This is not such a good place to stay," the dog said. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, sorry. "A few bones with a bit of meat on them would do me good." So off they went towards the light, which soon became stronger and brighter, until they found themselves at a robber's den. The donkey, the biggest of the four, looked in at the window. The cock asked what he could see. "What I can see? I see a table loaded with lots to eat and drink, and there are robbers sitting around it, eating their fill." The cock said, "Just the thing for us." And the donkey added, "How I wish we were in there." The animals put their heads together. to find a way of chasing the robbers away. Shortly, they settled on the following plan. The donkey propped his forelegs up on the sill, the dog jumped onto his back, then the cat on the dog's back, and the cock flew up and perched on the cat's head. At a given sign, they all began to make music. The donkey brayed, the dog barked, the cat meowed, and the cock crew. Then they stormed in through the window. Astonished, the robbers leapt to their feet in panic and fled into the forest. Now the four friends sat down at the table and made the best of what was left, eating as if there was no tomorrow. When they were finished, they doused the light and went to seek comfortable places to sleep, each according to his needs. The donkey lay down on the steps outside, the dog behind the door, the cat on the stove beside the warm ashes, and the cock flew up to a perch on the roof. Tired from their long march, they all soon fell asleep. After midnight, the robbers, seeing no light in the house, hoped that the coast was clear. Their leader said, "We should not have given in so easily." He told one of his men to sneak back and see what was going on. The robber found everything quiet and went into the kitchen to kindle the light. Mistaking the cat's fiery glowing eyes for burning coal, he held a taper to them. The cat immediately sprang up at his face, scratching. Frightened, the robber made for the back door, where the dog jumped up and bit him in the leg. As he staggered past the steps, the donkey lashed out with his hind hooves. Up on the roof, the cock, aroused by all this din, began to cry, "Cock-a-doodle-doo!" The robber fled speedily back to where the others were waiting and said, "There's a fierce witch in there who spat at me and tore me with her long fingernails. At the door, there's a man with a knife who stabbed my leg. Out in the yard, there's a black monster who set on me with a wooden club." And up on the roof, the judge stood shouting, "So I got away as best as I could." The robbers did not dare to go back to the house, but the four musicians felt so content that they never wanted to leave again. And as far as I know, they are still there to this day.